Well, I live in Maryland, which is pretty close to DC. I grew up there and I was born there. But of course, I've always had a connection to my Nigerian roots. Both of my parents are Nigerian. I have a younger sister who is 20 now and goes to school at Towson University. I also went to Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I studied public health and health systems management. Now, as far as pageantry is concerned, I've never necessarily grown up wanting to be a beauty queen. Of course, I watched Miss World, Miss Universe, but it's never been something on my agenda. So I always say I kind of just fell into the beauty or the pageantry world, and now I'm Miss Africa USA. That's a really good question, and I don't think I get that all the time. When I first started off entering the pageant scene, I did like a more local pageant, and I'll be honest and say my parents weren't necessarily supportive. They're like, why do you want to do a pageant? Like, you can't do anything else with your time, or is beauty all you're concerned about, or fashion? And then I had to educate them and give them a better understanding of the purpose behind me wanting to compete in a larger pageant. So I competed in Miss Nigeria USA to get to Miss Africa USA, and then they were pretty huge advocates of mine once I entered that stage of pageantry. In the future, I see myself continuing my platform. So my platform as Miss Africa USA is to promote entrepreneurship and vocational education amongst women ages 18 to 35. That's always been a part of my upbringing, given that my mom was once one of those entrepreneurs on the streets selling goods, and that was the way she was able to survive. So given that story or that pastime of my mom's, I was able to realize that women in that sector need assistance. That's how I came up with the platform. So beyond my reign, within my reign, that's something that I'll continue to stand for, and where most of my work would go towards. There are a few people that I can name. Of course, you named Abani Darego. Osas is very relevant. My mom, for example, there's Oprah Winfrey, of course, Michelle Obama. There's several women out there that are making an impact, but as I look up to those people or some of those other women, I still remember to remain myself, because we're all very different. But that what they do drives me and motivates me to want to be the best in what I've cultivated thus far. If I wasn't Miss Africa USA, I still would be doing a lot of the humanitarian platforms that I currently am pushing forward. So I'm by trade or professionally, I'm a health consultant for the largest federal consulting firm in the DC area. So of course I would be working at my 9 to 5, and of course figuring out what entrepreneurial venture that I'd be most interested in. So I've done some styling work, of course. I've done work with my mom's catering business, which she's planning on turning into a restaurant. So I still would be the same person, I wouldn't have a crown, a title, nor the platform. So about 27 women from across Africa participated in this year's Miss Africa USA. So we had Miss Gambia USA, Miss Senegal USA, Miss Morocco, you name it. As far as competition is concerned, I believe everyone, brought nothing less than their A game. But what my competitive edge is I believe from beginning to end, I remained myself. So anything and everything I did was me. So from the traditional scene, we had to dance or find a way to depict what tradition looked like within our nation. So I danced to cultural Igbo music. I also did some Yoruba dancing and of course some Hausa dancing, which are of course the 3 largest tribes within Nigeria. So I dance naturally, and I'm very in tune with my culture and the tradition within my culture. So that was me. And then of course for my talent portion, I DJ'd. I'm a huge music person, and I listen to mostly Afro beats. So that's what I did. I did a mixture of Afro beats from across nations. So from Ghana to Nigeria, then I went all the way down to South Africa. I mixed several songs. So with that being said, I think my competitive edge had to be the fact that I was the best version of me throughout the entire competition. That's an interesting question. I don't believe that I entered the pageant world necessarily to make money, I'll be honest, but I know that there are avenues in which you can turn your pageant or your pageantry or your title or your crown into dollars or into money. As far as I'm concerned, I think the main goal, the main mission I know for Miss Africa USA is the humanitarian portion of it all. So from there, I'm sure I can move on to other avenues, but for now, I'm more focused on the humanitarian portion of it. I think in anything that you have passion or zeal to do, there are always going to be challenges. There's always going to be roadblocks. There's always going to be obstacles. As far as I'm concerned, my biggest challenge would have to be the fact that there's a misconception behind beauty queens and what they stand for. And I'm one of the beauty queens. I know I'm not the only, but one of the beauty queens that's hoping to rectify such a misconception. So as Miss Africa USA, my style is very twofold. So of course I get to wear European wear, but it's so funny, like this European outfit or westernized outfit that I have on now was actually made by an African. So she's from Cameroon. Her name is Victoria. And I love to wear pieces that are made from my people or our people. In the same token, I wear very westernized clothing, so like midi dresses from Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom. And in the same token, I try to sometimes step away from my Nigerian fashion and maybe wear a kaftan from Morocco or wear a traditional Rwandan outfit, which I have some of those that have been created by different designers back at home. So now that I'm here in Nigeria, besides creating exposure to my current status or my current title, what I'm really trying to move forward is my platform. So my platform to promote entrepreneurship and vocational education. As part of my foundation, the Lead Girl Foundation, I am starting a 7-country tour in Africa, and it's titled the Her Own Entrepreneurship Tour. So what I'll be doing is traveling to 7 different nations in Africa, and I'll be promoting women empowerment education. So a 4-day seminar to educate women entrepreneurs on how to move their business forward. As far as media and entertainment is concerned, in this moment I'm doing a few interviews on the radio, on TV. As I said to you earlier, I'm not an actress or anything of that nature, but I've hosted some events, so I'm pretty good with that. And walking the red carpet and things of that nature. Yeah, so I'm a quote junkie, but I know that this is a new year, and for the most part, when I'm giving advice to people currently, to the youth in particular, I would say, this is a new year. It's 2016. Whatever obstacles or things that may have happened in the past are in the past. And my advice for youth now is to remain the best versions of themselves throughout this new year, and seek those opportunities that they've been looking forward to, and not let fear be a factor. So my name is Frances Onyemechi Uduku, and I'm the reigning Miss Africa USA here at Pulse TV Studios. Remain connected. Thank you.